Okay, so here we go. Starting off on the trip to Vapor Expo, the return. As usual, I've picked far too much stuff to bring with me. Right, here we go. Let's best crack on. Yeah! Here we are on the way to Expo, the return. Very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a great couple of days. I've got the GoPro going. There's the wife there. Hello, say hello.
Hi.
There's Mrs. Biker. Right, we've got the GoPro going there. Doing a little bit of time-lapse action on the way in. Super exciting, I know. Yeah, we've got about an hour and 15 minutes before we get to the hotel, which is pretty much next to the venue, more or less. So should be good times. A little bit of a chill out tonight, and then full beans for the business to business day tomorrow. I'll give you a shout when we get back to the hotel. Mrs. Biker has done a spectacular job getting us here in one piece, while I've been desperately supportive and fallen asleep once again, as per usual. Well done, Victoria. Silent movie in all the way. Anyway, right, let's get to the room. Hello, and welcome in. Come and have a little look at our room here. So, I'm going to pop the screen up so I can see what we're talking about. Hey, we are at the Ibis Styles near the NEC, and give you a little bit of a room tour, shall we? Bathroom, very exciting. Everyone needs to see a bathroom. There you go, look. Look. Hello, nice to see you. Quite little dinky, nice little walk-in shower going on there. Very funky, towels. It all looks very smart and swish, to be honest with you. I'm quite impressed with it. So yeah, we're at the Ibis, which is basically on site for the NEC, which makes life a lot easier, to be honest with you. We've just arrived, so we're just getting our stuff together to get out of the bags and all that sort of good stuff. And I'm going to go and have a pint. Not meeting up with anyone at the hotel tonight, as far as I know. So it's just going to be a case of me and the wife chilling out. But there we go. We've got some. There's the bed little thing there, and there, look, there's a bear on a push bike. Why not? Managed to get on the ground floor. Nothing exciting to see on the outside, and they clearly don't like cleaning the windows very much, but it's a hotel. It's just somewhere to stick your head down for the night and chill the fuck out. So that's going to be a war. We have got a red leather sofa though. Look at that. It's a bit good, isn't it? Nice. It's all quite funky, to be honest with you. I'm quite impressed with this this little room. It's quite swish. A little writing desk going on there with a telly and all that sort of good stuff. Look. Anyway, right, I think not entirely sure there's going to be anything to be recorded tonight. So if not, I will get on the vlog train again tomorrow. I'll see you in a bit. That's us all fed and watered and fry-upped, and everyone's a winner. So now we're wandering across. It allegedly is just a couple of minutes away from the hotel. So fingers crossed that's right, and no one's been telling us porky pies. Last time we did this walk, we did go a little bit out of the way. But we'll see how we get on this time. What say you, Mrs. Biker?
You couldn't have guessed it was my fault.
Yes, that was directions. Ask Inky Vapor about it. He loved it. Right. Got no idea, literally no idea where we're going. But, oh, that might be Hall 3 over there. Right. I will catch up when we get to the show. Just arrived at the VAPER EXPO here with young Rick. Look at him, look at the state of it. At Vaping Warehouse, and the exciting thing I've seen on this one is the very first TPD packaging for e-liquid. It's a little box, there we go, we're going to focus, there we go. 3 juices, all 10mm, and it's quite funky. This is going to be awesome for shops for stacking these bastards. Good work. Right, we're here with the first launch that I've seen of the show so far. This is for the daily liquid line. Look at that bad boy there. This is Stuart. They're giving us a little bit of a rundown on this. Tell us a little bit more about it.
New brand, first day. Favourite money vaping. Everyone knows that's my favourite money vaping. Yeah, so UK manufactured, comes from the same lab as Wheat Liquor. Same crew, slightly different feel. 3 juices on launch. We hope it goes down really well. Obviously, no expectations, staying humble, but let's see what happens.
Absolutely, and they taste great. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about the 3 flavours that you've got?
So you've got Sprawl, which is a blueberry pound cake. With a slight twist. We won't tell you about that until you guys get to try it. And then we've got a chocolate mint, which is suburban, which is, for me, I'm biased, but not like any chocolate mint I've tried anywhere else. And then Metropolis, which is a real sneaky one, which is fruit menthol.
The chocolate mint is really, really nice. It's not an overpowering mint, it's kind of a nice little tinge of that mintiness over the top of the chocolate. And chocolate's really difficult to get right, so good job.
Yeah, it took a while with the chocolate, but
absolutely, absolutely. So, yes, there we go, a few new flavours, and obviously by the time you see this, the event's going to be finished, but check out the website. What's the website?
It's thatdailyjuice.com.
There we go, thatdailyjuice.com, people. Get yourselves on there. That's the logo. This is the packaging. Go and check it out. So that is the end of day 1. I haven't filmed a massive amount today because a large portion of what I'm going to be doing is over the rest of the weekend. Today was mainly business to business with a whole bunch of kind of the people that had paid for access for today. So I was just kind of getting to grips with what was going on for the layout. It's huge, by the way. It's freaking huge. So yeah, today was just getting to grips with that and finding out what's going on. We did look at the Daily Juice, and we had a little chat with Stuart from Daily, also Wheat Liquor fame. So I've had a look at that. That's some glorious. So there's like a peppermint and minty chocolate, which is absolutely fantastic. On top of that, there is some. I've got some nice bits of hardware to show you in later vlogs. The one of which that's right in front of me now. If you're a mech person, we've got the Rogue RDA there, which is just a cloud chucker's dream, which I'd love to show you. But we're in a hotel and I haven't put a sock over the smoke alarm, so that's not going to happen. So no, all in all, it's been a really good day. We've just come back. We're just going to have some dinner, chill out tonight, I think, maybe grab a beer in a little while, but chill out, and then tomorrow we're going to get together, have another cracking good full day of it. I'm going to record a whole bunch of stuff, and then what we'll do is we'll get some filming done tomorrow night as well, which is where the after party is, and I think there's some casino action going on. All very exciting. So we'll be getting some more cracking on, but we've got phones going and all sorts. But all in all, hello. So the phone call was the plumber. Always nice. Now then, yes, so what I'm saying was we're going to be doing some more filming tomorrow. There's going to be more stuff going on tomorrow night. So we've got a general field day going on tomorrow, so I can give you guys an idea of what it's like to be at the show. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be recording some more interviews with a few people and a few business owners and all that sort of good stuff. So we can hopefully get it all together in a monster vlog that's going to be worth watching next week. Fingers crossed. Anyway, day 1 has been a good one, and got to hang out with Matt and V from Suck My Mod. That was cool. Met up with Daniel from DJ LSB Vapes as well. That was cool. And so just met some really cool, nice people. So much more juice tasting going on tomorrow, much more just getting to know what's there, because it is huge. Anyway, I'll be back to you in the morning. See you in a bit. So the start of day 2, this is the Saturday of VAPER EXPO 2016, the return. And am I in focus? Kind of, ish. But what I'm doing is I'm waiting at the doorway, which is right here, for the hordes of people to come in a few minutes time, so I thought I'd film it just to show you guys how many people are coming in straight off the bat, because I think it's pretty interesting to see all that sort of stuff. But it should be a cracking day too. Alright buddy, it should be a cracking day too, and we're really looking forward to it. So right, let's see how many people can come in, shall we? Okay, so I have no idea if the camera is picking this up. I'm going to be using my phone to record a lot of the vocal later on when I do some interviews. But this is day 3 of the event, and I didn't pick up. I know every time I say this I should do more filming, but I didn't, so I promise I'm going to be making up for it today. Don't know why I'm promising you, you're already watching this. But anyway, day 1 was really good. Day 2, and a really good sort of find yourself around, just kind of figure out what's going on sort of time. Day 2 yesterday was really good. It was brilliant meeting so many people. And day 3 today is going to be the day where I do a bunch of interviews. We're catching up with Mark from the road guys, so we're going to catch up with him. We're going to be catching up with, hopefully, with Brig and a whole bunch of people really. So let's, fingers crossed, we get a bunch of filming in, and I also managed to do a circuit here so you can see what's going on. Anyway, for now, let's crack on. Okay, so I'm here with James from Aspire. What we've had, this show has been absolutely crazy, and so the idea is to get a few of the guys from a few of the popular stands to come and give us a little bit more info on what they're showing off at this event, and also how the event's actually gone for them. So James, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem.
So tell us a little bit about the event. How's it gone for you?
Really busy, to be fair. It started off obviously Friday, B2B vendor day, and it just kind of obliterated. It started off quite slow in the day, got massively busy. But apart from that, no, it's been really good. Busy yesterday, especially today. A little bit quieter, but it's been really busy.
Fantastic. And what's been the products that people have really been getting excited about on this particular show?
Cleto 120 especially.
Yeah.
Cleto has sold massively. We've only got very little black left and few silver left, so they've gone really, really well. Also the Archons.
Okay.
Obviously it's a product that's recently been released by ourselves.
Okay.
They've gone really well. And
so what we've got, you've got the packaging for the Cleto. It's the same sort of packaging as before, isn't it?
yes.
So we've got these kind of big puppies going on here. What do you get in the pack?
So in your pack, you are graced with your Cleto 120 tank, and inside you have a tank band with a spare 0.16 ohm coil, and you also get your spare glass as well, just in case you're a bit clumsy.
Excellent. And the idea for the 120, was that because you had a demand for sort of the cloud chasing side of things because the original Cleto went so well?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of competition on the market at the minute with, for example, the Smart TF-V8 products. They sold really well. I'm not saying that was the reason, obviously, Aspire came up with the idea of the 120, but people demanding more and more with the vapor side of things.
Yeah.
Also the flavour on these are improved significantly from the original Cleto as well. And overall, just a bit of a better filling system. It's a 2-cap filling system on this one. So instead of it just being unscrew your top and sometimes your coil comes loose in your original Cleto, now it comes so you just unscrew the top part so you don't have to release the bit that's on the coil sitting on itself.
Yeah. And I've been rocking one of these now for the last kind of 36 hours, and I've been banging through this at kind of that's not going to even focus, is it? There we go. Around about the 100 watt mark. And it's stayed juicy, it's stayed wicking, it's worked really, really well. Yeah. And like I say, the flavour on it is really good. This top cap I think works as well because it helps reduce the temperature, because this is designed to be run at a higher wattage.
Correct.
So I mean, what kind of wattage would you suggest to, like, if someone gets one of these, where would they start to start realising its potential?
I mean, some people don't like vaping you sort of 100, 120 watts, like the coil's designed for. Some people get a little bit freaked by it, it gets a bit warm for them. They can quite happily sit there at 80 watts all day and just be vaped. Obviously below that you don't get the heat behind it, so you don't quite get the full flavour out of it. But 80 watts and above, I'd say, from what I've used it for, absolutely perfect.
Fantastic. And you mentioned about the Archon, and you've got one of these as well, and this is the Archon. It's 150 watts.
Yeah, it's
dual 18650.
Dual 18650. Quite a nice little design, to be honest, because like, a lot of them now got ribbons in them. People are snapping ribbons out left, right and centre with some of the mods. Yeah. So with this, there's just a little cut out in the back, which you just pop your finger through, pop your batteries out. They're quite light. People might come across them and go, oh, they feel a little bit cheap, feel a little bit tacky, but I can promise you one thing, they're very durable. They're very durable. They're designed on the Plateau/Plato, however you want to call it, design. It's got the new chip that Aspire are using in the NX75 box mods.
Oh, excellent.
With it being the dual battery, allows it to go up to 150. Customizable screen on it as well, so you can put any name on the side. I think it's up to 9 or 10 letters. I can't remember.
Great stuff.
But yeah, they're fantastic. Very easy to use the system as well. With the wattage and temperature, there's no 5-click, 4-click. It's just wattage, temperature, plus, minus, and 5.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you've been watching for a while, you know that I reviewed the Evo kit, which had the NX75 mod in it.
Yes.
Which was absolutely superb. Has this got the you can adjustable temperature curve and all that sort of stuff, or the adjustable watt power curve, whatever?
Yes. Something I've not really delved in with them, to be honest, just yet. But people have been asking me the same thing. It's quite easy. If the instructions give you everything you need to. With them obviously being wholesalers, we're not designing the actual chip itself, so we don't know exactly the ins and outs. So I'm not going to try and give you the spiel and just lie to you and go, yeah, it does this, it does that. But no, it's the same board essentially that's in the NX. Same as the NX75. Which I have here, which I
which is a great mod. If you haven't seen the review I did of that, go back and check it out. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description, because it is just, especially for the price point as well. It's a brilliant kit, but the mod by itself is a really solid thing. I mean, the retail is $49.99 for the Archon itself, which you look at most mods on the market these days. Retail maybe some more. I mean, like for example, using the Minikin 2 yourself, retail $78.99 in most places. Some people don't like paying that. It's a little bit steep. They look nice, they work well, but people don't like the touchscreen. People like going back to basics. Something that you can click a button, it's going to do what it's going to do. Absolutely. No, it's fantastic. if it does work the same as the NX, it's just simple to use, and it is, you know, it's a everyday beater, or it's something to look after and use with all your favourite atomizers. So that's really cool. Do you know if it maxes out at a 22 or 23, 24 mil atomizer without any?
To be honest, we've tried a few different tanks on it. The 120 itself, when it sits, if you were to look at it from most angles, it doesn't really look like it hangs over, but you rub your finger up the side, you can feel a little bit of the edge of the tank. We've also tried a limitless on there as well, the 24 mil, and that doesn't actually seem to overhang. So yeah, 24 mil can be used on there unless you've got proper OCD and you're a bit worried about the yellow edge, obviously not looking perfect. Apart from that, no, 24 mil sits on there quite nice actually.
Excellent. So is there anything else, just to sort of start finishing up, is there anything else that you've got or you've brought to the show that you're excited about, or is there still one of them kind of wink wink nudge nudge things? Things are coming and we can get excited about seeing some more good stuff from Spire.
From what I know / what I can say is quite simply there is accessories coming for certain things. Obviously the RTA system for the Cleto 120 has been released here, but we only got 15 down, as you already know. They sold out within about half an hour on Friday with B2B. There is a few other things coming, so yeah, get excited, but it's something that's still in the pipeline.
Yes, I really do think that Aspire have turned a corner again. I mean, you know, they brought in sub-ohming with tanks really when it came to the you know, the original Atlantis, and that was the bee's knees. And now, you know, we've come back to getting some really good quality products that, you know, are really easy to use and actually do what they should do at a really affordable price, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, but a lot of people are coming up to us now going, you know what, since Aspire's come along, they've come along really well. A lot of the newer products that are coming out with the Cleto, the Archon, the NXs, the quality is a lot better. And yeah, we're really happy with how things have turned out here today.
Fantastic. Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time, and hope the rest of the day works out well for you.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
No problem.
When you want to be walking around the show, and there are times where you need to sit the fuck down. So loud, so big, so tiring, but we crack on. Right, so we're here with Mark from J-Mark Designs, the originator of the Rogue mod and the Force RDA, which dropped to this show this weekend, which is fabulous. I mean, check out the review that I did. I'll put the link down below as well, so you can check out what I did with the Rogue. But I thought I wanted to bring Mark in front of you guys to tell us a little bit more about this particular mech and his experiences over in the UK. So thank you very much for
thanks for having me, brother, very much.
Thank you very much indeed. So, do you want to tell the viewers a little bit more about you, kind of, and what your background is?
Well, they may not want to hear it, but yeah, basically, like everyone else, I'm a vapor. I started out, quit smoking, almost immediately was frustrated as far as the quality of liquids, the quality of products. I found most of the market to be Chinese, and it's nothing against the Chinese, but just lesser than, you know, quality. And I was a bit confused as to why something of the magnitude of trying to quit smoking with the device was not taken any more seriously by the consumer.
Yeah.
From the hardware to all the way to the liquids, and then everything involved in it. So I just couldn't understand it. So I started a juice line.
Yeah.
And it certainly wasn't really I started making my own juice for my own pleasure, my own enjoyment. And people said, man, you gotta sell this stuff, blah, 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 whatever. So we took it to market and it did fairly well, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
But I was able to use Addieboy, the juice line, to finance the Rogue and the whole concept of it, because it's very, very pricey to see bring something to fruition as far as from the machining aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would imagine that when you're trying to produce something like that, you go through a lot of prototypes first to get it right, yeah?
Absolutely. I think if anything I've learned from my peers in the industry, it's not to rush a product to market. We're in no race here. The only goal we have in sight is safety, performance, and value. and we know that takes time.
Yeah.
And we were willing to pay the price to do that.
Yeah.
And we've had an audience that's been in our market. I hate to say market because it's like the same consumer. I believe in customers and vapors, not consumers. We're not cattle. But I'm very grateful that people have been very patient for our releases because they believed in us from day one as far as our integrity. We didn't want to bring anything to market until it was truly test driven. Just rip the shit out of it, beat it up, and find out what we can learn from it.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. Well, I mean, it's a really solid product, and people have been saying for a while that mechs are dying off and all that, but I think there's getting to be a bit of a resurgence for mechs now. People are starting to like the simplicity of it.
I tend to agree. I think the U.S. market is probably 3 years older than the UK market, European, well, I would say UK market. So I think the UK has had a wonderful opportunity to learn from our experiences and our mistakes. And I think what's happened as far as the resurgence of the mech modder, the straightforwardness, is people appreciate the true power and the true control that the consumer has, not being reliable on technology of a chip or wiring or any of that, but totally on our own builds and the freshness of our batteries and the efficiency of the device. So I think people like smoking cigarettes. You know, if you want to really rip a cigarette, you can. If you want to smoke a light cigarette, you can. It offers to me the personalization that tanks and variable voltage, variable wattage, to me doesn't. I call them a T-plus box. No offense to those that use them, I think they're a great device. Anything to get someone off cigarettes is a wonderful device.
Absolutely,
But again, quality and performance. A lot of people have said, "Oh, it's a great competition mod." To me, we never set out to do a competition mod. I don't believe in competition mods. I believe in what a mod is intended to do, which is to use a battery to use, harness energy in the most efficient way. And if we're to do that, we're already pushing the edge of the battery anyway. We owe the user the safety of what we can incorporate.
Absolutely. And one of the cool things about this is obviously the switch. You've got an innovative switch design.
Right.
What made you choose that particular sort of style, if you like?
Well, again, in the U.S. market, a couple of years ago, I noticed there was such everyone wanted a loaded spring or a plated spring, silver plated, gold plated, and I'm thinking to myself, the spring is the weakest link. Because electricity obviously looks for the path of least resistance and its travels, which is always the spring. So I knew if we could isolate a battery and stabilize it and bring the switch to the battery, not the battery to the atomizer, we could do that. And the spring to me has always had two jobs: to either move the button and move the switch, and then complete the circuit. So we developed the switch. Obviously, the only job that the spring has is to control the throw of the button. And by using a fiber spring or a polymer fiber spring, we've been able to use a material that doesn't transfer heat to conduct electricity.
Absolutely, And I think one of the things that I was surprised about when I started using it, it was one of those things that I thought may start compressing over time, and I've used that a lot since I got it to review. I used it a lot for the build up to the review for exactly that reason, to see if it started losing it. But it's still as good now as it was when I very first got it.
That was a very big concern of mine, was how we could find a synthetic spring that would have that would maintain the integrity of a properly, of a strong metal spring. And through research, I found a company that created these springs for one reason, for the medical industry. And these springs it's a very advanced material, and they're rated at just hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of compressions, because in their application for that method or in that field, they cannot fail. So I'm not going to say that we've had some springs come back. There's always going to be people, going a little rough on it, but our mods are guaranteed for life. And that's another frustration I had is, learning to vape. You buy a device, you buy, whether it's an authentic or clone, what have you take it back. If it's broken, I'm sorry. Not a whole lot we can do. We can't send it back to China.
So obviously we'll talk about your experience in the UK in a second, but you've released this this ripper to go with the Rogue Pod, and it's the Force, right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that. What brought this to market?
Basically, we were looking to I guess, kind of bring more of a working man's atomizer to the market. We wanted something that was durable. Again, I've tried to learn from other, I don't want to say mistakes, but to improve. We're not inventing the wheel here. We're just making it rounder.
Yeah.
And so what we've done is just, again, incorporated U.S. hardware. We use hollow chrome screws, which are quite expensive. They hold up through wear. We really wanted to make the post holes quite large to make them user friendly to the builder.
Yeah, yeah.
A good, nice, good sized juice well for it. We use Vitor O-rings, which are really, they're very resistant to wear.
Yeah, yeah.
And the biggest thing, obviously, I read somewhere how many different ways can you build an atomizer. I think there are plenty of ways. I think we shocked a lot of people by not having a two-post RDA.
Yeah.
We haven't showed under the hood since the first pictures leaked out. And now I think the market has quite a bit of two-post RDAs to choose from, but this is for a builder.
Yeah.
This is for a builder that really likes to, I don't want to say abuse their atomizer, but it's to hold up to the rigors of some beefier builds.
Yeah.
And the other thing we wanted to do as well is, I noticed a big concern of mine was micro-arcing with atomizers. And I think a lot of accidents.
The show's now starting to finish, so we're getting a whole bunch of noise on the background. Anyway, sorry, Kevin.
Apologies. Anyway, it was a big concern in some of the studies we had done. A lot of the accidents that were happening were contributed to what was happening is between the negative and the positive on the 510, it was micro-arc.
Yeah.
And that's where you're getting, again, you're basically getting a hard short. If you honestly get a hot button with one of our mods, chances are, well, it's 100%. Either the switch is dirty, threading the switch, or you're getting micro-arcing at the 510.
Gotcha.
Again, polyfiber spring cannot transfer electricity. It can't conduct electricity.
Yeah.
It can it cannot transfer heat. Metal can transfer heat. So I really want to tell people, if you experience a hot button with our mod, really take it seriously. If something's going on, either at the 510 of the atomizer or possibly a battery issue.
Yeah.
But the one thing I did want to show as well is a lot of companies I've noticed were just using basically a rubber gasket or an O-ring, where the male goes inside the female with the 510.
Yeah.
We've got a sleeve that goes up almost the entire length of the female of the 510 to ensure against.
Yeah. Is that PEEK as well, actually? Or is that something?
It's a different material, and I'm really embarrassed right now to forget the name of it, especially in review. But I don't want to misquote. My machinist would be really pissed because it's a bit better than PEEK. It's not Delrin, and I off the top of my head I'm drawing the total.
No, that's absolutely cool.
My apologies.
That's fine. So the thing is that you're dropping that at this.
I'll go back to that. It is a form of nylon.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. So you're dropping that at this event at Expo, the return. What made you choose this event?
Basically, quite some time ago, I started building a relationship with Yorkshire Vaping, with Gail and Tom and just all the guys over there. They're just fantastic people.
Yeah.
I love the way they conduct their business, what they're about. They remind me of a vape shop in the U.S. several years ago.
Okay, cool.
The way that they really care for the customer and not try to just feed the consumers.
Yeah, they are a great bunch. And I mean, they've been rushed off. The Yorkshire Vapor stand has just been crazy busy, the whole event. It's been bonkers.
We sold out.
Yeah. That's not a surprise at all. Great. So, what's your experience of the UK? Is this the first time you've been here, right?
First trip across the pond, I have to say, unfortunately so far, I could be in Connecticut right now because I've only seen the exhibition hall and the hotel and the restaurants. But the people have been just incredibly friendly. And I have to say, as far as the event itself, this reminds me probably of Vape Summit in the U.S. several years ago. Probably even a larger turnout. A lot more, I don't know, just a very excited proud, very experienced vapors.
Yes.
And very, very humble, nice, warm people.
Fantastic. Right.
Wonderful.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you over for sure, and it's certainly been a pleasure having a nice one-to-one chat, finding out a little bit more about the reasons for the Rogue and how you've come across doing it. Anything you can tell us for the future?
There's a couple of tricks in the bag where any ideas that we have right now are futures. I will say the V2, people will ask you about the V2 an hour after you drop a V1.
Yeah.
We are working on the V2. Again, it's a quest for us to find continued safety, continued performance. So there will be a V2, obviously. It's not right around the corner, but it is in the works. We're just dropping the Addy, so we're still playing catch up.
Yeah.
And the main thing I want to say to everyone, thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in the product. Thank you for your patience. And our biggest goal starting first of the year is to try and get everything more efficient as far as operating. Our turnaround time's better. We've had success that we did not expect.
Fantastic.
Quite honestly.
Right.
And it's not a complaint. It's a wonderful problem to have, but we don't want to do anything to jeopardize
No, exactly.
what we built. Time takes time.
Yeah,
So
and it's important to have the passion. I mean, you guys obviously have a strong passion for what you do and doing it for the right reasons, whereas you've got some companies that may produce product after product after product because they're always chasing the dollar or the pound or whatever, you know?
Correct.
And it's nice to see a company actually have the pride in their work to release things when it's right to release them because the product's right.
Well, I greatly appreciate that, and I don't judge anyone else as to how they run their business, but I do want to say from day one, I knew the name came very easy because I worked with several of the other modders out there, the bigger names out there, doing the artwork for them, and I knew once I told them when I was releasing a mod that I'd be called a Rogue. So there's the name. It was kind of handed to me. But I have to say our goal has never been to be the biggest, simply the best. And we're not worried about numbers and volume. We know our place in the market, and we're not looking to again overextend ourselves or anything.
There we go.
But again, we don't want to do anything to jeopardize the quality of what we're doing. Anyway, so
great work.
patience is a virtue, and I appreciate everyone.
Fantastic. Well, great work and keep up. And thanks very much for having me.
Thank you for your time very much.
Brilliant stuff.
Cheers.
Thanks everybody, and let's get back to the rest of the vlog.
Stay safe.
That's the end of Vapor Expo, the return 2016, and already looking forward to the next one. It's been a hoot of a time. I'm really hoping I've filmed enough to make a decent vlog out of this, but knackered, tired. It's like 20 to 5 and it's time to start making our way home. So if I met you, thank you very much for coming up and shaking my hand, and I'm always surprised about how many people are so nice and so lovely. Thank you very much for that. It's made me feel super warm and fuzzy on the inside. But at the end of the day, thanks very much for watching, and have it very large. Right, that's us in the car on the way home. Goodbye Ibis Styles Hotel. Hardest beds in the world with concrete pillows, which is always nice. So now we're going to kick off the journey. Should be about 3 hours or so until we get home, pick up Dizzy, and then we're going to flake out. So I might do, shall I record a little bit? Yeah, I'll record a couple of little bits on the journey home. I know it's not very exciting, but it's a nice way of finishing the vlog.